Hey everyone, today I am joined by Heidi Schreifels, and she is the program manager for the F5 certification program. We wanted to have a chat today because there's some important updates to get out to everyone, and it's also really important specifically for the DevCentral community because we have a number of folks who are actually either predominant users of DevCentral or they might even be DevCentral MVP users that participate in helping us with getting certifications written and questions created. So this is an important message for you all to get updates on what's going to happen with the certification program as far as how the exams are created. So Heidi, thanks for joining me today. Can you tell us a little bit more about your role specifically?
Thanks, Boo. It's really great to be here. We are always excited to be able to partner with DevCentral. We have a long-standing history with DevCentral and certification. As you mentioned, a lot of our candidates and your MVPs are the same folks. So we're excited to be able to partner and present this messaging that really is a change in how we're doing things. I've been with F5 for 14 years now. First started out in marketing, getting our customers to say nice things about us. I transitioned into the certification program where I focused on developing all of our exams for all of our certifications and have recently been promoted to manage the entire program. So yes, really excited. We have a lot of cool changes that are happening and are excited about the evolution of our certification development.
Oh, fantastic. It's been awesome to see how that's developed over the years and all the people that participate in it as well and how proud they are to have these certifications. And it's a great marker for where you're at with your level of F5, whether you have, level 100 type stuff up to all the bigger certifications as well. So amazing work that you guys have done. Today, you're going to talk about some updates to the program, though, so I'll turn it over to you to walk us through that.
Yeah, so you're right. We have so many people, so many candidates, so many subject matter experts who've helped us along the way in developing this, and they are the reason that we have this program. And we'll come back to that quite a bit, but yeah, our candidates, our subject matter experts, they are why we have a certification program. So today we're going to cover introductions, which I think we just did. We'll go through the F5 certified mission and vision. We'll talk about what the need was to evolve and also how you can contribute and follow up with some helpful links and Q&A. We're going to keep it pretty tight, pretty brief so that you can get all the information you need very quickly and show you how to get involved. So we're excited about that. So the F5 certification mission and vision, these are things that we take very seriously. We know that our certifications are valuable to our candidates, to our community, to F5 business, to all of those things. But we have committed to deliver relevant, reliable learning solutions aligned with F5 strategic goals and the needs of our learners. That's a very important part of this. And our vision is to be the authoritative enabler of adaptive application excellence. We put a lot of thought into these and really kept bringing it back to who are our learners, who are achieving our certification, how can we make this process easier, better, more effective, more valuable to them, and in the end, create certifications that are meaningful, useful, that will help them develop professionally, personally, all of those really great things that are important in a credible, valuable certification program. With that, the need to evolve. Certification program, we've been doing this for over 10 years now, and we have achieved a lot in that time. Currently, we have 10 certifications, exams being delivered that result in 8 different certifications. We have thousands of F5 certified candidates, thousands of subject matter experts in our global community, and again, they're the most important part of our program. We are also currently in the process of developing the first ever NGINX OSS certification. As with recent activities and shifts in how people work, travel, things like that, and understanding kind of where our limitations were and achieving what we wanted to achieve, we saw the need to evolve. We were limited by resources and budget. We couldn't keep up with the speed of technology. We needed more global contributors, but being limited by resources and budget, we couldn't necessarily get as many people in who wanted to help us develop the exams. We were very much focused on a traditional product-focused tech certification. We have identified that there are far greater needs for different types of certifications that align more professionally with our candidates, and so we've identified some opportunities there. Only being able to do in-person development, that was really limiting, because again, we could only bring in a few people at a time, and that was limiting. It also, we understand that by having more people involved representing our partners, our customers, our enthusiasts, just those technology experts, we end up having better certifications, better exams, better questions. We also started to identify that we could be doing a better job at aligning our subject matter experts, their knowledge and expertise, with the technology, with solutions. So we've partnered with some really great vendors in certification world who are helping us achieve those things. Now, all of these things are great. All these things are, the reasons we need to evolve, but we're not going to sacrifice, compromise, or make shortcuts on any of the things that have gotten us to the place that we are. So we will always be maintaining the candidate as our primary focus. The quality, integrity, and security of our exams, our program, our intellectual properties. We know that our certifications are valuable to our candidates because they matter. They work very hard to achieve them, and not letting somebody shortcut the process and achieve that certification is really important to us. People put in the work. They deserve to have the bragging rights that they've achieved that certification based on their knowledge, skills, and ability. The other part of it that we absolutely will be maintaining throughout all of this is the relevance, value, and equity within our program. And this is for our candidates.
Yeah, I've seen the integrity piece before too, in that you guys have enforced scenarios, without going into a whole lot of detail, like scenarios where you guys were concerned about the integrity of certain exam questions or the entire exam itself, and you guys have gone in and made decisions to maintain integrity. So it's upheld for sure.
Yeah, we know that. Well, I firsthand know how much time and resource and energy and effort and knowledge goes into developing these exams. And, if we were to have an exam exposure, that just takes the credibility away immediately, and we have to start over. So we do take it very seriously. And in the direction that we're going, this evolution that we're embarking on, there are some changes in the process that open us up to just some new way of doing things, very innovative, bit non-traditional, but again, while maintaining those core values that have gotten us to be a very, very well-respected certification program. So what are we focused on in this evolution? We want to make it easier for SMEs to contribute, to participate in certification development, whether that's telling us what should be, what certifications we should develop, writing questions for the exams, participating in betas, doing the standard setting process, helping us with the initial design of these exams and certifications. We also are able now to better align with the SME expertise. So we ask our SMEs, what do you know? What credentials do you have? How can we better align you with the certifications that you've told us that need to be developed? We also are offering item writing. So anytime, an item is a question for an exam. So it can be done anytime, anywhere. The photo of the person at the grocery store on their cell phone is not that big of a stretch. We have enabled this exact scenario. If somebody wants to write a question for an exam as they're waiting in the checkout line at the grocery store, they absolutely can. We also can offer unlimited participation. Before we were limited by resources and budget, and maybe would be able to have, 50 subject matter experts participate in a year in exam development. With this new model, we can have thousands. It's unlimited. Truly, we can have as many as are willing to do it, and And that's exciting because, again, that allows us to draw from our subject matter experts all over the globe. And they can participate in a variety of activities, a variety of exam development, item writing opportunities. Really, the sky's the limit. So it's a very cool scenario, and we're super happy to enable it. We're also utilizing the wisdom of the crowd. In those in-person workshops, we were limited to just that week and feedback within each other. But what we weren't getting was outside of that group. And what we learned during those workshops is that there is so much knowledge out there with our subject matter experts, colleagues, friends, other enthusiasts in that technology, that utilizing their knowledge, their expertise is really going to get us better items, better exams, and better certifications. The other part that we're excited about is that we can be faster to market. We can refresh exams way faster than we've ever been able to in the past. We're not reliant on a full refresh model. We can go in and make changes. So if any one of you are familiar with our exams and the blueprints, maybe there's an objective within that blueprint that's no longer relevant, it's no longer accurate. Rather than overhauling the entire exam, we can go in and update that objective so that it's now relevant and accurate and up to date. So we're super excited about that. We're also exploring the idea of stacks instead of silos, which our candidates, our subject matter experts have let us know, stacks are much better, stacks that they can take and build into a way that's meaningful to them rather than a silo that we've defined that they have to fit in, has been kind of a game changer. So that is important to our candidates, and we're happy to be able to do that, as well as create some more role-based certifications. And this ties very closely with that stacks instead of silos, being able to assemble these blocks, these stacks into certifications and exams that matter to our candidates. We're excited to have that flexibility to be able to do that. Some of you have probably now heard enough and are ready to just skip to the good stuff. So I wanted to make this available at this point in the presentation, but if you are ready to volunteer for the F5 certification exam developments, send us an email. Just email us here at certdev@mail.education.f5.com and tell us what you want to do. The opportunities are listed on the right. We are currently looking for item writers for the first ever Nginx OSS exam. We are also looking to refresh the application delivery fundamentals and the TMOS administration exam. So if you have experience, knowledge in any of those areas, email us, let us know, and we'll get you started. It's as easy as that. For those of you who want to know a little bit more about that process and how we're doing that, I'll go into that next with the first step in the process that has really been the big change in how we're developing certifications, specifically to item writing within our exams. And we'll come back to this slide so that the email address is presented again. So the first step in the process is to complete the F5 certification development form. If you give us your name and email address, we will make this form available to you. We require your name and email address, but we also ask that you provide additional demographic information so that we can really build a team that is qualified and that's diverse and it represents our global community. And also, what is your knowledge base? What do you want to work on within F5 certification? All of that is asked here in this form. And if you could provide us that additional information, it really helps us make awesome teams and align you with the activities that you're most interested in. The second part of the process is that you agree to the certification development MSE agreement. Most of you know that security is of the utmost importance to our program, to F5, to technology, to what we're doing. So we require that everyone agree to the terms in the MSE agreement. doesn't matter if you work for F5 or if you are a partner or customer. We require this to move on to the actual item writing part of the process. Now, we've made it very easy to agree to this by putting it as a final question in the F5 certification development form that is in Lineup. One thing I wanted to mention is Lineup is an organization that we've partnered with who helps us manage, organize, collect, communicate with all of our subject matter experts. They are the ones who help us organize these awesome teams and just keep everything up to date and available for us to then, like I said, assemble these teams and get people into the process of exam development. The other partnership that we've formed is with Certiverse. And Certiverse is the platform where our subject matter experts can go in and write items for our exams. So you register with Certiverse after you have signed the SME agreement. And really all that does is it acknowledges that you are a part of Certiverse, that we have given you permission to have access to the exam blueprints, to write items, as well as review items that other item writers have submitted. And the process is actually pretty smooth. We welcome feedback. Tell us how we can improve it. It's a pilot program that we're running here. But so far, so good. We've had success in getting some items written for the NGINX exam, which we're very, very excited about. But if you have any questions or feedback, let us know. Also, the cool thing that Certiverse can offer is it's a guided process. So you basically submit your idea for an item by writing the item, and it gives you helpful suggestions along the way. This is also where you will access the blueprint for all of the certification exams, and it will be the one that you're writing the questions to. That will be the blueprint that you'll be presented. There's a lot of helpful information in there, some examples to help give you ideas for new items, lots of really good information in there. And if anywhere along the process you get stuck, just email that alias and we'll help you out moving along in the process.
And you mentioned there that you would actually see and be able to comment on other SMEs contributions. So that kind of, I guess, emulates previously you've flown people in, they're sitting in the same room and they can kind of have that back and forth. So you can still kind of emulate that through the platform now, right?
Yep, absolutely. And we have created a community within LinkedIn so we can talk about best practices for item writing, exam development, address any issues, things like that. And I'll provide that link here in the slide. But the item writing process within Certiverse, it allows our SMEs to write whenever, wherever they want to, their best time zone that they're in, or most creative time when they want to submit an item, or, real world case scenarios are the best. So you've got a situation that you think would be a really great question for an exam because it's fresh of mind. You can just jump onto Certiverse and write it. The one thing I do want to mention is that registering with Lineup and registering in Certiverse, those are one-time things. You don't have to do that more than once. Once you have completed that and gotten access to Certiverse, you'll have direct access to that. We call it an item bank. So you'll have direct access to the item bank where you can go in and submit items and review items that the other people on the team who are contributing to that exam are also writing items.
You know what I think is neat too is that, someone can potentially just, if they only have one question that they think, or one item that they think they can contribute to this whole thing, they can do that. Because previously, maybe there was an expectation that a SME is there to be a part of this entire exam process, but now people can kind of chip in, little bits and pieces as it comes up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there, we've had subject matter experts who've come in and said, well, I'm not a great writer. And I think that they underestimate their skills and abilities for sure. But we provide some really great templates and guidelines and ways to write items that, are very effective in testing a candidate's knowledge, skills, and ability to show that they should be certified. So if you aren't sure if this is a good fit for you, I would say go through it, try it. The cool thing is our community, as the certification community, very much like the DevCentral community, is they're there to help each other. And support each other. And we have found that, taking an item that has been drafted and that's good to being really great, that's a team effort, and it requires other people to review and to help tighten it up and, confirm its accuracy, to provide resources to show that question is correct and relevant for this exam. So, that collaboration piece is something that this allows us to do on a much greater scale. So we really think that this is going to be a big improvement in opening up our, limitations that we had. So how can you contribute to the F5 NGINX and F5 Big IP exams? You may recognize this slide from a little while ago. These are the opportunities that we have right now. If you have experience in NGINX, this is your opportunity to contribute to the first ever certification. There is not one out there that's like this. There is nothing. And we are currently writing items that a lot of subject matter experts created the blueprint. We've socialized that quite a bit. It's a solid blueprint, really outlines exactly what somebody who should be certified in the NGINX OSS basic NGINX technology and knowledge should know. So the blueprint for that is complete. Now we just need exam questions written. So I would encourage you, I would ask you, share this with your colleagues, get everyone involved. It's a great, it's a cool way to contribute to something that's really important to a very cool technology, and we're super happy to be sponsoring it and making this happen. At the same time, our Big IP technology, it's great, and we know that we need to refresh a lot of our existing exams. So we're opening that up to our subject matter experts to contribute new items for the existing blueprints and to tell us maybe which parts of the blueprints need to be updated. So please let us know which one you want to get involved in, and we can point you in the right direction and get you started.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So if you're watching this via video right now, then there's a number of follow-up links here that you can get in touch with the certification team, also to go sign up, also to get involved with the LinkedIn group, and also more information that can be found on a DevCentral article that Heidi's authored as well. So there's tons of information to get involved with this program. Heidi, I think what you guys do and pull off with your team is amazing, and the integrity that you've kept with the program. I've talked about it with a number of customers before, and they realize that there's a lot of value in the F5 certification because of the integrity that you've kept with it, and how far it tests you as well. It's no walk in the park to be able to claim to be an F5 certified professional. So what you've got, that's all credit to what you guys have done. So that's fantastic, Heidi.
Yeah, well, and I would actually flip that back to the only reason we can do what we do and have achieved what we have is because of our candidates. It's because of our subject matter experts. And I don't say that lightly. They are the reason we do this, and it just makes us so happy when we hear stories about our candidates advancing in their careers, getting new jobs, being more successful, or solving some really cool problems because they are F5 certified. Like that brings us a lot of satisfaction and makes us very happy and to continue doing what we're doing. So we're looking forward to a lot more years of this and keeping it going and keeping it advancing and progressing. If anyone has any questions, please email us at the email that you see here. There are a few others, like Boo had mentioned, where if you're ready to just go and fill out the F5 certification development form, the link is here. You can just click on that and go for it. But yeah, please let us know how we can help. And we're very excited about this and excited to be able to share and partner with DevCentral in this messaging. So thank you. Thank you again for letting us talk about this today.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Heidi. I'm very excited as well. All the links will be found below, and thanks for joining me today.